got today, normal Tuesday practice. I thought our guys came out with the right mindset, really working to push extremely hard in our improvement, our growth. We challenged them as coaches, in all aspects. Obviously, first day implementing some different thoughts and things for a specific game plan. Just like every week, I thought it was a good work day, and so definitely. We have to maximize each opportunity that we get throughout the course of this week. We understand the challenge that's in front of us, and you go and you look at this Louisville team, and obviously they're coming off of a disappointing loss, but one that they competed at a very, very high level. And we're dealing with a lot of different circumstances there, but coming off, I thought they played Notre Dame extremely well. This is a team that presents a lot of challenges, and we've got to have our best week of work. But I thought our guys got off to a good start. And you've got to continue to push throughout the course of this week.
First question will be RSFL from WarCamp.
It's kind of a unique situation where you guys both played Notre Dame kind of back to back. What were they able to do defensively to kind of limit Notre Dame? Obviously better than you guys were able to do.
I think each game specific to itself. I thought they did a great job up front. We're able to contain Notre Dame's passing game, but really presented a lot of different challenges. Stuff in the run, and that was something that was. It was they forced some challenging situations. They mixed their front 3 down, 4 down. I thought they did a nice job, and their guys played with a relentless mindset and spirit. They were able to present some challenges in the passing game, to Notre Dame, and just overall was very, very effective in all that they did.
Hey, Coach, what is it that Scott Satterfield does for his running game to get it going? It's something I did at App State, and I was doing at Louisville, where it seems to be the first thing he always wants to get going, and they play the passing game all the running game.
Yeah, he's extremely sharp coach. You look at what they do schematically, presents a lot of different challenges. You couple that with great personnel, a couple of elite receivers, a couple running backs that, home run hitters, a quarterback that really can do it all. Offensive line has a lot of confidence in what they're being asked to do, whether it's, the staple plays the outside zone, and they do it as good as anybody, in what you see. And so, people know that it's coming, but, they've got a lot of confidence in being able to block every look. And, obviously, their guys, play fast throughout within that system, and then you couple that with a vertical shot. It's a challenge week in and week out. With all the different looks that they see, but they handle it really well, and they just think they're very well coached.
Next would be Seminoles from those 247.
Mike, Jordan Travis played at Louisville. I don't know that's something that he's even on his radar. Have you talked to him about that at all? Is that something that just media folks like myself care about?
Media folks.
All right, we'll go back to we'll go Aslan Habanegi from WarCamp.
The offensive line having so many different pieces, kind of moving in and out. Fabian's one of the guys that we really haven't asked you about. Seems like he probably had maybe do you think he had his best game against North Carolina? And did you see something in the preparation or something kind of starting to click the game?
Fabian's showcased a lot of versatility throughout his career, and especially this year, kind of making the move to guard really exclusively. He's had to play center in a couple contests, but he's embraced that, and really, I'll say it just kind of stretches back to fall camp. I saw just really a choice that he made, and the way that he was preparing, and the work that he was putting in. Especially when you're talking about offensive linemen. And Fabian's got, he's been here for a long time, but I was impressed with the change that I saw. And obviously I was around him in the spring for the time that we were, and then even the first part of when we returned. But then it was probably halfway through camp. He really just flipped a switch and has been preparing at a much higher level. And I think you see that confidence of being able to work within the system. That's really starting to show up. And he's somebody that we need to play at a high level. He will continue to provide the versatility, but also somebody that's played a lot of football and that experience and being able to to assist some of those young guys. I mean, you look. I mean, he's played right next to Robert Scott, a true freshman, and there's some things that he's helped to kind of comfort Robert with, within the course of plays, and just making sure our eyes are right and being able to help with that communication. So he's a critical factor in what we're doing, and you're definitely glad that he's playing, playing at a higher level.
Next will be Terry from Tomahawk Nation.
Coach, you had mentioned previously that Taylor Kelly was probably the biggest comparison that you've had to Jordan Travis, and so just kind of went back and looked at that season one. You maybe should bring the goatee back. I thought that was a good one. But Taylor and the running back that season had a kind of similar number of carries. Was that something that is yards, that fleshed out over the season, or is that kind of a goal for an offense?
I mean, and really in all that we do, I mean, there's, we're going to take what the defense gives us, and that's whether it's in the run game, passing game, the versatility of having a quarterback that, it has the athletic ability to extend plays that that can have direct runs. It's I think that definitely presents different challenges for defenses, and I think both those guys have been able to do that. And I think even that year, Taylor threw for close to 3,000 yards, or if not higher. But it's about having that versatility, and we're in our first year. There's a lot of things that we're learning about who we are and what what we do well and what we can continue to improve on, and so that's going to be part of our growth. And I think that as we grow and mature as an offense, we'll be able to expand the playbook. We'll be able to continue to get a better sense of what our guys are truly confident in, and just making sure that we're always taking what the defense has given us in our attack.
We'll go back to Ira from Moorhead.
Was Lawrence limited at all on Saturday, or was it just a game flow thing where you were rolling with the other guys?
Yeah, it turned into kind of a game flow situation. Obviously, we want Lawrence to be able to impact, and that's something that we talked about as a staff. But just as the game was going, we played limited snaps, offensively. I think we had 55 snaps, which the prior weeks we'd been pushing near the in the 70 range, 70 to 80, and so obviously you would like to see him have a little bit bigger impact, but we're planning on being able to inject him this week, and whether the ball's coming to him or not, just for him to have a chance to impact the game.
Next will be go back to Aslan from Moorhead.
Coach, it seemed like Tamorian's sort of injury was, we heard that it was limited earlier in the season, but the surgery kind of popped up on us. I don't know if that was the same thing for the team, but with another week for these guys, Pokey and Warren, Keyshawn, the entire sort of unit, to know that he won't be there, is there another challenge you kind of have to issue to them, or are they going to be that much more prepared having another week of knowing that they're going to be relied on a little bit more perhaps than they were?
Yeah, I mean, but I think going into a game, and this is really one of the things that we preach to all of our skill position players, is you never know when your opportunity is going to show up, and you have to prepare yourself as if you are going to be the go-to guy throughout the course of any game, because if a defense decides that they're going to key in and truly take away one player, well, then the game's going to rest on your shoulders to play to the best of your ability. So these guys know that they have a bigger workload, and even showcasing more of the versatility of the positions that they can play and what they can do. So I guess in that sense, yes, but when it comes to kickoff and you're out there, the minute you step on the field, you got to be prepared that every ball's coming to you, and kind of have that expectation, and just continue to build in your confidence that you're going to get the job done.
We'll go back to Brandon from Louisville.
I had a question on two different defenders. The first, Stephen Diggs Jr., he played a ton of snaps on Saturday. What did that say about his physical toughness to be out there that much and keep producing? And the second guy I wanted to ask about was Jarvis Brownlee. He gets a pretty prominent role. How did he do in his first meaningful long-term action this season?
I thought both those guys made great impacts. Two young players in our program, guys that have played at a high level. These first 5 games, but this was the most extensive work that they had. Some of it was driven by the game plan. Some of it driven by, obviously personnel that we were facing, and so it was definitely good to see both of them, to be able to play the number of snaps that they played and have the type of production and impact that they were able to show. And so I think that's to give them great confidence. Obviously with Amari, going to obviously have a much bigger role here this week coming in. There are some things that just due to game plan and just a different skill set that we kind of looked at this past week, but excited about getting him back in the action and probably up that play count to allow him to impact and continue to produce.
Next will be Roy Andrew from Gainesville Sun.
Yeah, Coach, I'm working on a story on the college coaches that have tested positive for COVID. I was just wondering how tough was it on you personally not to be at that Miami game?
It was pretty challenging. That was obviously a tough week. I was glad I could be a part of the week of preparation virtually, but not being at that game was one of the tougher things I've ever had to experience. And I'm definitely glad that I was able to I guess be the example for our team and show how you respond to adversity and still do everything you can to make an impact. But it was definitely a tough experience.
Go back to Ira.
One of the comments that Josh Kano made last night on your coach's show was that he felt like the defense started to get confidence in the Notre Dame game and just kind of start seeing what was possible. Did you sense that confidence was an issue earlier this season?
I think yes for our football team. I mean, not just our defense. I mean, there's been a lot of change, and there's been and I'm not talking anything schematically. I'm talking just in all aspects, and we need to show what it looks like to play good football, and that's been part of the process of how we prepare, what we do, and it's challenging. It's a challenging transition that we've gone through. What these guys are being asked to do in all aspects of their life. On the field, off the field, in the classroom. I mean, we're pushing them to be the best of them, and it's a challenge. But I think when you see in the moments, you see it at practice, you see the buy-in of what's coming, and then you see the results. You see that maybe it's your energy level or your conditioning or whether it's a technique issues or those flash moments of what you can do, that builds confidence. And I know I've said it throughout the years that confidence is built through experience, and sometimes that can come in a losing effort, and it's like I said in the Notre Dame game, just even that last drive defensively. I mean, we were on the field for a long time, and we got, it didn't go like we wanted it to, but even at the end, we had a choice. And you saw a football team and a defense that made a choice that we weren't going to let up, we weren't going to give in, and that was one of the bright spots that you ever to pull from is just, guys, you can do this. You can. I mean, you have it in you. Just let's go out there and be more consistent with it. Let's prepare harder. Let's focus on the fundamentals and the techniques. And then because you still build confidence in seeing that, hey, this is the call. This is the position I'm in. Why on a negative play, why was it not successful? Well, I could have done, A, B, or C with my technique, my fundamentals, trusted my key a little bit better. And then you see the position, and through the work and through the correction, you build confidence in what you're being asked to do. And so, I think all of that goes into it, but it's not just defensively, it's offensively, it's every aspect of our team. And that's part of our growing process, and that's going to continue throughout the course of this year.
Next will be Antoine Staley from Democrat.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted to talk to you about LaDainian Webb and just the impact that he had on last week against North Carolina, and also the benefit of having that running game, especially going on to complement Jordan Travis.
Yeah, I think LaDainian's come in and done an extraordinary job. He's played in 4 of the 5 contests, and unfortunately we didn't have him in the Miami game. But you look at the work that he puts in, and if it's easy to see, obviously, coming off a 100-yard game, and he's had a lot of big runs and been very productive with the ball in his hands. But probably my favorite thing to do is you watch number 8 when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, when he's asked to protect, when he's asked to whether it's being a lead blocker or just in all aspects of his game. I mean, he is a true competitor, and you look and you see that really emerging within the course of our entire running back room, and that's what allows you to establish a run in a variety of different ways. Obviously, we've got some quality backs. The thing that's amazing is just we have Sheffield, who's basically the sole returner in that entire group. But these guys are all newcomers. They've all come in and embrace that role, embrace the opportunity. I mean, replacing one of the best backs in all of college football last year, and I think these guys they like the challenge. They like that they know that there's going to be a heavy load that's put on them with and without the ball in their hands, and they're making an impact, whether it's on special teams, Ja'Kai Douglas with the big block punt last week, in the return game, whatever they're being asked to do. I mean, they're responding, and it's really energizing this football team, and they're being a great example of what we're looking for.